This is the second time in a handful of weeks that I've had to start the episode of Megadad's Live with a statement due to ICE murdering people in the streets of Minneapolis. Again, Megadad's is founded in Minnesota. I grew up in Minneapolis and I am furious. I am filled with anger and sadness and a loss of hope due to the Trump administration's continued terrorizing of my state, my home city, and of my neighbors. The videos, the eyewitness accounts, all of the facts point to ICE murdering innocent people in the streets. We here at Megadad's stand firm in our opposition of ICE, of the Trump administration, of everything they stand for, and everyone who supports it. Megadad's is a safe space of tolerance, love, and inclusivity. And if you find any common ideology with Donald Trump, Kristi Noem, any of these monsters, we don't want you here. There's a lot of talk about Democrats and progressives opening a wide net, pitching a large tent to bring everyone in. I'm not there right now. If you voted for this, if you stand for this, fuck you to the moon and back. We do not want you as part of our community. I don't want you anywhere near me, my family, my friends, my children, anywhere near my orbit. You're pure evil. These people are pure evil. And I have no stomach for it anymore. So once again, we will publish this podcast, talk about some games, crack some jokes, hang with friends. It's all we know how to do right now. There's a big part of me that doesn't see any value in what we're doing here right now at Megadad's, and there's another part of me that understands that we need some levity. We need to stick together as friends and as a community, as a nation, because fuck them. Because fuck them. They're not going to take this from us. They are trying to snuff out our civility, and not today. Not today. So once again, I have two things to say. Put on those earmuffs and fuck ICE. Megadad's Live is a mature-rated podcast. It's for the Megadads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
Deep breath.
Adam,
Yeah.
it's the year 2026. Flying cars
Yes.
are coming. There's I heard that they're like building like literally a flying car model. It was something ridiculous, like $300,000 like for the car.
Sure.
What technological thing are we not focusing on that you thought we'd have by now in the year 2026? Like, we have such technology. We got all this shit, AI, like all this stuff. Like, what don't we have? Like, we need to solve this problem.
I think it's either the little pizzas that become big pizzas from Back to the Future 2.
Back to the Future 2.
Remember
yeah.
you made the little pizza into the big pizza?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's either that or it's the holodeck.
Oh my God, hologram type stuff. That's like really good.
I remember watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and they'd be like, I'm going to walk into this room that's just like an empty room, but then it's going to turn into like a whorehouse from the Wild Wild West. And then I can just like fuck everybody and not get herpes.
If
you fuck a hologram, right?
Yeah.
Where does the jizz go?
I think we've talked about tech enough.
Yeah.
For this episode.
Okay.
That was our tech minute, everybody.
All right. Well, since we're not going to be talking about that, let's talk about
Mega Dad's being super positive.
we need positivity in our lives.
Hell yes, we do.
Now
Let's do it.
we
Now
need
more than
to look at the sunshine. And that's my
Yes.
super positive. We are gaining 1 to 2 minutes of sunshine per day from this point forward, which you and I are Midwestern people. We live where it's cold. And it's not even the cold, it's the dark. It is the fact that you go to work in the dark, you come home in the dark. It just drains the life out of you. I think people that live, down in California or whatever, they have no idea what living in this kind of an environment can do to your mind,
Yeah.
right? Like I've lived here my entire life. I've kind of like adjusted to it. I've got a thick skin to it, but man, I'm rooting for the sunshine to come back every day. I can feel it getting a little bit brighter. I can feel it getting closer and closer to getting back to my walks. I haven't been able to take my walks in forever. So a little bit of sunshine goes a long way to making you feel better. That's my super positive is we're getting back. We're getting a little bit more light back.
That's a really good one. The sun exists and we're seeing more of it little by little. So that's really good. Yeah, that's seasonal depression. It hits the Midwest like
Yep.
pretty hard. My super positive is kind of related. It is the health journey that we are all on. The Megadads community, typically around this time every year, creates a little fitness challenge, and that's what we're doing. So if you want to, you can chat with people in the community, join the Megadads Discord. You can see a link to it in the YouTube show notes in the description. It's free. You come in and it's just like a chat, and everybody is has a little wing of it where we talk fitness, and we're all challenging each other to eat right, exercise more. We have like a fun like competition going for it, and I personally have been walking at least a mile every day on the little walker that we have, the little
Are
treadmill
you?
type thing. Yeah, at least. I did 3 miles on the bike at the gym on Tuesday. So I'm
You're
going
a
to the
gym
gym.
guy?
I'm going. I mean, my sister was like, "Let's go," and I was like, "Sure." I'm doing health stuff this year again. So Tuesdays I go to the gym. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing walking. So it's just like I'm eating a reasonable amount. Be it back in the day, Adam.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like I remember when I started to learn again, because they teach you, but I forgot like it from high school and stuff. But like what calories are and like what you're supposed to as a human being supposed to be eating. When I found that out, I realized that I was eating like double, triple the amount of calories that I should be taking in all the time, every day, just eating massive amounts
Yeah.
of everything, sweets, chocolate, sugar, like all this stuff. And when you have your eye on the ball and you say, oh, this is healthy, you start to track, then you're making those healthy choices, those decisions where like my normal is mindlessly eating all the time. Oh, there's food, eat it. Like that's how I used to operate. And every January I try to get in this mode where I'm like, you know what? I'm a human being. I should have some self-respect. I should live according to nature.
Your body is a temple.
Yeah, my body. I couldn't even get that one out. My body is a temple, and I have to not treat it like a whorehouse.
How do your boobs look these days?
So my breastises got really big over like the last 6 months, I would say.
Yeah.
And I can feel them already coming down, the pectorals. You know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to like work it out. I can tell I look better just after the first like, you know, whatever 10 days of doing it. But I definitely need to work some more to, you know, get it all maintenance, get it all squared away. We're in repair mode, Adam.
I've got to get it there with you. I really do.
Why aren't
I've-
you in there with us? We're in the Discord all the time, and you
I
just,
know. I'm gonna join up. I'm gonna start doing smart things too. I'm very pear shaped. So like for me, my boobs never get big, but my belly, I'm like.
Yeah,
And
you
so-
are a very odd shape. You know how
I-
like there's cookie cutters, and it's like, oh, this cookie cutter makes this shape. Your cookie cutter outline is
Yeah.
very odd.
It doesn't
It's
look
almost
right.
it's like a squash. You don't know what a squash looks
Yeah.
like. That's
Yeah.
you
I'm a
look like a squash.
I'm a squash. I'm a squash
A
man.
goiter.
I've got a problem in my house
I know.
where we've entered the realm of the boy peeing on the toilet.
Are you saying this is a new development?
This is a new development because he has gotten he's started to like it's not exactly sleepwalking, but he's not fully awake
When he's peeing.
when he's peeing. So like he doesn't believe he's doing it, but he's absolutely doing it because when I walk in there in the morning, it is like a scene from the movie Hostel. There's just fluids everywhere. For some reason, like the bathroom lights are flickering. There's rust and debris and screaming. It's bad, man.
Can we unpack that for just a second? What do you mean he doesn't believe he's doing it? So he pees. There's evidence of it. The scene of the crime is there.
He doesn't remember it.
And that, yeah, but you say, hey, you peed. And he's like, no fucking way, Dad. It was a ghost. Like, is that what he's saying?
Yeah, if somebody came up to you and said, you're peeing on the toilet, would you believe them?
Oh, if I didn't remember. So it's like, are you lying to me? So he thinks you're setting him up. He's thinking you're going in there peeing and he wakes up and he's telling you, hey, look at what you did. So that's what he thinks is happening.
Because he's just like, I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? Because he's doing it in his sleep.
Oh, he's in straight denial. We're talking about
it's not like he's just pissing everywhere like willy-nilly. It's only when he's in this state of half consciousness that he's just like a pissing bandit in the night. He's like a pissing cat thief. Cat thief? Is it cat thief?
So it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing.
Yeah.
So he goes into sleep mode, pees on everything.
Mr. Hyde has no aim.
This is a tough one.
You don't have boys in your house.
No.
You're the only boy.
Yeah, I'm the only one. Okay, can we put this to bed? Like this seat up, seat down thing, just really quick. One last time.
Yeah.
For all eternity, I put the seat down. That's
when you're
it.
done.
When you're done. That's what you should do.
Right.
And I've been told over the years and the generations that like, oh, you didn't put the seat back for me type thing. It's like, oh, as a courtesy, put the seat back down. I just don't understand. Like if so they don't want to touch the lids at all, right? That's like the thing because they don't lift the seat up for us afterwards. So it's like a courtesy, like a long lost. The lid, yeah. I mean, okay.
You get chastised for putting the lid down?
Yes, I've heard that ladies would like you to leave it ready to go, lid up, like seat down, where it's like they can sit. And that's what I've been told. But I always just, plop it down because it's like, here, let me put it down.
Like
then
closing the door.
Right. Have you heard this where it's like, oh, you didn't leave the seat, or now leaving the seat up, that's entirely different.
That's different. That's where I got confused. I thought we were talking there's seat versus lid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just too many variables. We haven't figured it out as a species, in my opinion. I get that there's courtesy, but you have to take science into account.
Well, there needs to be
physics.
there needs to be some sort of accountability. When you're in the bathroom, like it's incumbent upon you to put that seat or lid or whatever in the position that you want it.
I don't know.
And then when you leave, you reset. You reset the toilet, which is lid down. You put it back in the box. You seal the package, and you leave it to the next person that's got to do business in there to do what they need to do. I think you're in the right here.
How do we prove that he peed on, like, I don't know, maybe a trap? You set a trap.
Huh? To wake him up
in the middle of the night.
We want to startle him while he's
startle. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right move. All right.
I don't know.
Let's talk about a game. I have a very interesting game to talk about. I got a code for this game months back. when you do content like this, you get lots of opportunities. You get emails constantly, right? Hey, try this, try this, try this, try this. And 90% of the time, it is very small indie Steam kind of stuff. And no offense to those people, but those go right in the trash, right? Trash, trash, trash. I don't got time to play all that.
There's too many games.
Too many games, right? Too many games. I got an email for this game, and I was like, that sounds like it's either going to be great or it's going to be awful. Let's talk about Fast and Furious Arcade Edition.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is a racing arcade game, which I like. I like arcade racers. I like the Ridge Racer. I like the Cruisin' USA. It's based on the Fast and Furious movie franchise, which, confession time, I've never seen a single Fast and Furious movie all the way through. I've seen bits
I don't
and
think
pieces.
I don't think I can continue doing this podcast.
I've
with
seen
you.
bits and pieces, but I've never sat.
You've never seen Fast and the Furious 1
No, not all the way through.
or Tokyo Drift?
I know. That's the one that really hurts. Never experienced one of these movies all the way through, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It's
So
just
you didn't give a shit when he died, did you?
It's not. I don't have anything against Paul Walker, right?
I think you do.
This was not my scene. You know, when these movies came out, I wasn't a gearhead, right? Like, I was a nerd. I was a nerd at home.
Okay, so like you weren't into like driving.
I'm not in that culture, right? But I played Need for Speed Underground 2, so I've got some parallel interests here. But it doesn't matter. This is just branding on an arcade game that's all about driving. And really, if this is what these movies are, the absurd zero gravity bullshit that you do in these games, or in this game, calls to mind like the Cruisin' USA 90s era arcade stuff where you are jumping off of impossible heights and cliffs and doing all sorts of tricks, racing through these big themed levels that don't really seem like they're part of reality. They've got like, you know, they're real life locations, Thailand or whatever, but there's no way that it's just very exaggerated. It is incredibly simple gameplay. You basically just boost, turbo, get a couple power-ups, go from point A to point B, and try to get first place. It is structured like an arcade game where you start at the beginning, you work through your 8 tracks. Once you've gotten through your 8 tracks, you're done. You can clear this game in one sitting. When you finish it, you get like extreme versions of the level, so you can go back through it again. There's a little bit of replayability, but there is very little meat on the bone of Fast and Furious Arcade Edition. But with that said, it really does call to mind that mid-90s arcade experience, which is quite enjoyable. A game like a Ridge Racer, you know, that came out, that had like, what, 1 track with 3 difficulty variations. So this is kind of how these games have always been made. This is not a Need for Speed. There's not a lot of depth here. This is absolutely an arcade game. It's flashy, it's bright, it's something you'd pump some money into at a Dave & Buster's for a half hour and call it a day, but this is a home edition. It's a good laugh. It's a good romp for sitting down for a little bit, passing the controller around. It's like an Extra Life kind of game, right? Have you ever experienced one of these games that's kind of like a one session, one-off experience where you're like, okay, I did that. It was fun. I ain't never going back, but I appreciated my time with it.
I'm gonna throw a massive curveball at you right now.
Okay.
I just played this game.
Did you really?
I went to a arcade in Chicago called Elston Electric. It's attached to a music venue called the Salt Shed. If you're in Chicago, you absolutely know the Salt Shed, as it's been over the last couple years a up and coming like venue, very popular and not very large, very intimate like experience. But I've been to the Salt Shed for concerts, and right next door there's a bar arcade, and it had Fast and the Furious Arcade Edition, and I played it just this week, last week, and it was, yeah, like this Cruising USA, like Hydro Thunder, like ish thing. What's interesting about the actual arcade version when you're playing is the screen is very vertical. Like it's almost like 16 by 9, but 9 by 16, where they have the two racers next to each other in the full cars with force feedback wheel and full pedals, and you're in the car and you're looking up at the screen. An interesting thing when you're playing the arcade in person is it takes a picture of you and it puts the circle of your face. So when you're racing next to your opponent, when they pass you up, you see like their face, like picture that they had taken in the beginning, like right along with their car, which was interesting. I thought the aspect ratio was interesting, but I walked away with the same impression as you, that the gameplay was incredibly simplistic. I felt like I didn't even have to really steer. Like you almost bounce off the walls and continue forward because they're prioritizing speed so much. They do not want you to get hung up. It's just go, go, go. And it was so rudimentary, so basic, so it was over before it began. Basically, I was like, oh, that was it. That was the thing. So the only reason I would play this game was to experience, the force feedback wheel in person, because that's the fun part of it. But I, as a game, cannot imagine playing a console or PC like based, version of this. It's very odd. They're definitely trying to milk this.
Yeah, it definitely loses a lot without that arcade experience of the light and the sounds, and you got a drink, and you're racing against your buddy, and
I was severely drunk at the time.
The cabinet and all that stuff. It loses a lot of that. I cannot recommend anybody paying money for this, but I would assume that it will end up on some sort of service at some point, right, for free.
Yeah,
and if you have
when
a
you
weekend,
fill up your tank of gas at the Shell, they're gonna be giving away codes for this with a full tank of gas.
It's not that it's not fun, because there's just something like turn off your brain. I'm running, I'm racing, I'm crashing, I'm speeding, I'm boosting, I'm hitting turbo at the right time, I'm finding it's got shortcuts and stuff, so it's not just the track. There is, I won't say strategy, but there's decision making that you're doing as far as which, fork in the road you want to take, kind of thing. But there's very little replayability. Once it's over, there's no calories here. There's no substance. It is all just sugar. It is just sugar gaming.
There's nothing about this game that is in particular Fast and Furious, like as far as like related to the movie at all. Like it's just Fast and the Furious is a car culture movie franchise about action and driving fast. But other than that, there is in what I saw, there was no like Paul Walker cameo or Vin Diesel cameo. I think this brings up a really important question. Would you rather play this game or a Fast and the Furious game where, again, there's two racers and like you're riding on the back of Paul Walker and he has like a saddle on? Do you know what a tauntaun is? I think I'm saying it right. Yeah. So like this kind of upright, like bipedal, it almost looks like a huge kangaroo.
Yeah.
And you're on its back with a saddle. And Luke Skywalker was traversing the ice planet Hoth in a saddle on this animal. So what if you're riding on Paul Walker and then your opponent is riding on the back of Vin Diesel, and that's what you're racing? Is Vin Diesel and Paul Walker are like running down hallway, or maybe they're running down the street. Hell, let's keep it true to the source material.
Sure.
So they're running down the street and you're on their back on a saddle and you're riding them like tauntaun, like almost like horses.
Yeah.
And would you rather play this game, Fast and the Furious Arcade Edition, or Fast and the Furious Arcade Edition 2, which is you riding on them like horses?
Absolutely the second option.
I'm just saying. Am I a developer? No. Do I know what I'm talking about? No.
The only concern I have is that whichever player selects Paul Walker is not going to be able to go very fast.
Okay, don't say Don't say it, Adam. Adam,
There's no more gas in the tank.
There's a little bit of self-respect that you have to have, and like you can't just dishonor
Right.
the dead by saying that you're riding on the corpse of Paul Walker.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
That means it's time for the caboose, where we give you a recommendation of something outside the world of video games we think you might enjoy. We've discussed defiling the dead. We've discussed getting drunk and driving. Now it's time to recommend you something outside the world of games that we think you might enjoy. And dude, I hope you've watched this at this point. I recommended this in the Discord. We watched the all-new Knives Out mystery on Netflix, Wake Up Dead Man. And I think it's the best one. These are really good movies. They're all really, really good. I think Wake Up Dead Man might be the best one yet. The way that it's not just, and this is for all of them, it's not just a murder mystery with great actors and a great ensemble cast, but it really has something nuanced to say about today's world. I think Rian Johnson does the best social commentary in these movies, and he packages it up in a very digestible murder mystery. The monologues and the story and the undercurrent of the social issues in this movie are just knock you on your ass good. This is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Have you watched Wake Up Dead Man?
I have not. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the Glass Onion one, even though I would say it didn't reach the heights, but these movies are really good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize initially that Daniel Craig was the main character, but they like made him the main character and said, oh, everything's going to revolve around him, which I didn't realize with the second movie was going to work. And I'm very glad that they're back for a third, and I intend to watch this. Your recommendation is sound, I believe. I think it's going to be good. I hear great things.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about, you talk about Daniel Craig, is like, while he is the carryover character, the thing that works so well and is so interesting about these is he's never like the focal point character, right? Like there's always a different lead who's carrying the story, and then Daniel Craig is there to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
So like every movie has a completely unique feel, and I think this might be the best one yet. What is up your caboose, my bro?
Back in the day, in an ancient caboose recommendation of Megadad's Live, if you're a longtime listener, you may remember that I had suggested a book called Robocalypse. So it's like robot and apocalypse, Robocalypse, and it's a book by Daniel H. Wilson. This book came out originally in 2011. I don't remember when I got a hold of it, but I did recommend this long ago. I started the sequel called Robogenesis, which released in 2014, just recently. I should say I restarted it because I began reading on a plane one day, and then I just kind of forgot about the series. And I really love this book. It's about the end of the world. It's about AI gone rogue, and it's about how AI convinces every machine in the world to take up arms against us. And I'm talking every machine. I'm talking about like ice makers, like construction equipment, like every mundane toaster to drill rig starts to kill humans. And it's entertaining. It is sci-fi. And the sequel, I just started again, Robogenesis, and it is awesome. It's a little bleak for today, day and age, and it's a little too on the nose because it talks about AI. And back in the day, in 2011, this idea of rogue AI was new. Yeah. Whereas now reading it, it's like, it's kind of eerie. It's kind of like, oh, it's kind of eerie. Yeah. Because they're talking about, like, I don't know, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's really good. I'm really hoping for a third book in the trilogy at some point, or a movie done. I had heard that they talked to Steven Spielberg about making a movie off this stuff, but the technology wasn't right in order to do it. And this was like way back in the day. I would be so surprised the way that media goes these days, where nothing good is untapped. Like they want to milk everything. This has to happen. I believe that it will. It's just too relevant. It's incredibly well written, and I actually am listening as an audiobook. And the audio version on Audible of Robogenesis is really well done as well. So Robocalypse is the first book by
Robocalypse.
Daniel H. Wilson.
It's just fun to say.
Robocalypse.
Sounds like a Super Nintendo game. Robocalypse. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Megadads Live. We thank you guys for listening, for watching.
You thank.
We guys thank you. Thank guys, you. We hope you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're checking out the video version. If you are an audio listener to Megadads Live, you really should check out the video version so that you can see the games that we're talking about, so you can see our beautiful faces. Antonio's been doing a lot of work behind him in the background.
Yeah, my office has finally been done. I have a
set.
background. I have all my collectibles and gaming memorabilia was
So
sitting
cool.
in boxes for 3 years, and I finally just set it all up and hung my stuff, and everything looks really good in my office now. So check out the YouTube version of Megadads Live, and you can see where I live and work and play games.
I like that. I like that. We like to see how hung you are.
Yep.
We'll see you next week for an all-new episode of Megadads Live.
This stops now. All of us must speak out now, with our families, in your circle, at your job, in the streets, and with your wallet. Everyone, tell everyone. ICE stops now.